This is the official podcast for the Adelaide Football Club.
You could have just played the actual Staying Alive thing. You played the whole intro, go for a minute.
Not my best editing. We'll get to the point though.
Jesus.
That's it. We're staying alive. We're still in. Essendon are out of the finals and the Crows have a window. Danger, Lynchy, welcome.
It's great to be here. Tell you what, we haven't done a podcast for a long time and it is one person's fault. Jock's fault. Jock's fault.
Lynchy's been missing in action.
Lynchy's been horrendous, Kat, and you've given us donuts.
Oh, she's having you've got a little bit of a spark in you knowing that we're playing. We're a chance to play finals.
Chief,
You've been moving around for weeks.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here.
They're calling you the contrast bar.
I
So hot and cold.
don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but we'll obviously win this week. Port will win this week.
Yes.
All of a sudden,
Win by 10 goals.
We'll win by 10 goals. So we're in.
We're in.
All of a sudden, who are we playing first round?
Probably Richmond.
Richmond.
Collingwood.
Hang on.
Collingwood.
Nervous Richmond. So we'll beat Richmond. We'll beat them by 5 or 6 goals.
Exactly.
So beat Richmond. Second final. Who are we playing against?
Probably.
Would be the loser of whatever the top horse would be, Geelong.
Beaten them already.
Hang on. Geelong suddenly lose. And hang on. Beat Geelong. Done it before. We'll do it again. Hang on. Same situation last year. Who are we playing against?
Here's the prelim. Freo.
Freo, hang on. Didn't play our best footy and we should have beaten them, so we'll beat them. So we're in the grand final, Chief. We're in the grand final.
Anything can happen when you get there.
Anything can happen. So, Crows fans, make sure you book your grand final tickets. It will be a Crows Hawthorn and it's revenge from last season and we'll get them in the flag. TV?
Well, that means that if we're making the grand final, there'll be one less person in the grand final sprint. Won't be able to defend his title.
Wow.
Might be able to just pop
This
in
is where
3
it gets
games.
interesting. Hang on. First person ever to play in the grand final and run in the sprint.
Don't know what that would go down with Sando.
They'll just sneak out, Chief.
Yeah, that's
Just sneak out at half time. Hang on, Sam. I'm just going to do a little extended warm up. Feeling a bit tight in the pinger. Might just go do 100.
Are you sure you're the quickest bloke out of Adelaide though?
Oh, mate, don't.
I mean, there's been a little bit of bit of talk over the last couple of weeks that maybe Rick's got you covered.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Ricky?
Rick's real quick. Yeah. He's on crutches, Chief. He's had his knee done.
What have they judged you?
Can't see him.
What about the Vissla?
Yeah.
Vissla reckons he's got some speed.
Yeah, Visser's got some speed. He's got a broken leg.
The Vissla was
Next you're going to say Tex is going to beat me. And we all know where he's at the moment, Chief. He's only just back running on the treadmill.
the Vissla actually reckons he's a sneaky chance if we get through. He was walking around feeling
He's
good.
walking around.
The Viss reckons he's lining up for Victoria in the representing game in February next year.
State of Origin's
So,
back.
You know, he's already kicked 100 goals for next year.
Actually, can we just head to the lash already? I've already just worked it out. I wasn't quite sure what we were going to say today. But what about the Viss being an interviewer?
Special comments on ABC.
Oh, I didn't even remember that. First of all, he's doing special comments on ABC, which is just ridiculous. And second of all, he's interviewing some NBA bloke. He's interviewing an Aussie NBA player. And his tweet was, he's wrapped to be in the NBA. Oh, well, fancy that. Well, you reckon he'd rather you playing in the NBL? playing under Chris Dancy at the Tigers. Shooting coach Leonard Copeland. He's stoked to be over in San Antonio. Earning the big bucks. He's really wrapped.
So anyway, the game had finished and we're singing.
So we're done with that? Are we?
No, we're still on it. So we're singing the song, and all of a sudden, Jock comes around like he usually does. Cat comes around, media requests, and so on.
He did.
So I'm sitting in there. I'm singing ABC radio. No worries, Jock. Yeah, whack on the headset. And anyway, ask a couple of questions down at ground level in the rooms, and then we'll pass it up to the box. And Jamo fires a question. No worries, Jamo, answer that. And then back up to the box. Yeah, it's right, mate.
I've had that's wrong, mate. Josh Jenkins here. Just a couple of quick questions. How's Tommy Lee's going? Do you reckon you're a chance to win the goal kicking this year?
Hang on a minute, Chief. All of a sudden he's firing questions from the box. Who does he think he is?
He's lost it.
I could not believe it.
Bit of cash there.
And it was
involved
just
as well.
what a ridiculous question as well. You had no chance. I'm five in front.
And will I be clearing out the forward line if I get close?
Island. I know you will.
So, look, that's a good lash, Chief.
That's
What's he doing?
Oh,
Fair income.
he's... I don't want to say checked out, but he's checked out.
No, he has checked into his.
He's checked
into his new life.
Got the lash out of the way. What about some props this week for the Performance Centre? 2-year deal with Sam
Oh, great news.
And
Great news.
We talk about Cam Mooney's, Catherine Monet. Oh, he's kicked 6. Don't worry about that.
The kid's 2
I'll tell
years.
you what, he's updating the fleet vehicle which he owns. He owns a
owns a cab.
He owns an ex-taxi.
He owns a taxi, and his first job last night was actually to babysit my little one.
He was actually, wasn't
He did babysit.
With the girlfriend.
How'd he going?
Yeah, he was really good actually. I think I wasn't there, but
Well, I saw him this morning.
he was exhausted.
He walked in and he said, "G'day." I said, "Oh, how are you, mate?" He goes, "I'm knackered." I said,
He was knackered.
What are you knackered for? "Oh, I've had the little Chief Junior all night and it was a nightmare."
He didn't cry.
Oh, that's what he told you. The little fella didn't shut up. No wonder he was sleeping when you got home because he cried for 4 hours straight.
Hey, it's part of his contract. He's got to do this one night a week. I was talking to Nose about that.
No, great news though, Scott.
It is,
Very
it
good
is.
news.
And another good young midfielder who we hope isn't too far away from signing is Crouch.
Oh, he's fine.
Let's have a look at his stats. I think he's the 4th best player in the competition over the last month.
He's the best player.
Big rap for a, 19-year-old kid.
He's 19, Chief.
Yeah.
Best performing midfielder for us by a country mile. And let me assure you, for all those that are just, ticked off and paid out for the Rising Star Award, it's got to be close, Chitty.
It absolutely does. He's only going to get better. He's only going to get better.
He's only going to get better. Bit of a young Ryan Griffin, I feel. Kicks the legs over very quickly. Nice kick of the ball.
Crouchy had his own lash during the week. I'm not sure if you heard. He went on 5AA Monday night. Doesn't like Melbourne. Doesn't care.
Doesn't rate it.
No.
Well, I'm probably going to disagree with him. I love Melbourne. I also love Adelaide. But
The reason that is they probably wouldn't let him in with that haircut, Chief.
yeah, exactly.
I
Exactly.
tell you what, the worst haircut you've ever seen.
He's not even from Melbourne either.
It looks like...
Ballarat.
He's a Ballarat boy.
Yeah.
No wonder he doesn't like the city.
True. What else we got, John? What else is
come
making
on.
news?
We've got Chiefs music. We've already been. Why's that Chiefs music staying alive?
find it. I'm still
Oh no, we're looking for Chiefs music.
He's got another go.
it's not
Danger's AFL video.
I tell you
What happened there?
I haven't even seen this.
Oh,
Chief,
There better
Oh,
been
no.
some gorillas
Chief.
involved in that.
there will be some very, let me assure you, very worried commentators out there because I tell you what, Chief, I was very good.
Speaking of public speak, they reckon you were pretty nervous the other night on the couch.
That's how I thought I was interviewing Mike.
They reckon you were a little bit nervous, didn't really move too much,
Absolutely not.
a couple of stutters, missed a couple of
I was
words.
almost going to cross my legs up there and just really relax. kick the arm over the arm over
It's
the
not a bad
shoulder
gig on
of
the
the
couch, is
chair.
it?
No,
They ask you
I get
anything
to
too
sit on the
difficult.
couch. My job's to sit on the couch and talk footy.
I know. How good's that?
Oh.
And you know what? Let's just talk about that for a sec. You know the heater that's in the background? That doesn't produce heat, Chief.
No.
It is a bloody cold room and it doesn't produce heat.
is it a real couch?
It's a real couch. Quite not exactly the most. If I was choosing a couch in my house, I wouldn't choose that one because it's not exactly the most comfortable.
Oh no, there's the impersonations.
Snapping it forward, Rashudo running back with a flight. That's a beautiful mark there by the number 32. Only the best wear 32. He's just balked in there. And from 55, Baru Rachuto has kicked it up to the UT, and the Crews are back in town.
I'm so embarrassed to you right now. You would want to have got paid well for that.
Go there for another minute, Chief.
You would want to. Oh, I don't want to listen to an extra minute, thank you. I'll never get that 10 seconds back in my life.
let me assure you, get better.
What did Drew think of this?
Loved it. He said, "I wish you were
We've got
commentating when I was
some people
playing."
coming in here.
Special guest.
A special guest.
Time for a bit of
they've
cheap
left.
music anyway.
What is it?
Well, you've been doing some Indian sort of healing action.
Have you?
This is the Chiefs music.
Here we go. This will be just
Once
the
again-
worst segment
hang
ever.
on. Once again, the timing is terrible because the video's still loading.
Oh.
This is Jock's forte.
Speak to my general manager. This is the cheese.
It's just garbage. It's got nothing to do with why I've got the cheek.
Where did you find that?
I don't know.
He's lost it. No wonder we haven't done a podcast in a few weeks. Jock has lost it.
Well, I've just found out what Jock does. He trolls the internet for irrelevant information and videos.
I couldn't believe it. Actually, the other lash I want to produce,
Dave
you know the Pride magazine that Adelaide's brought out, which in mind you is a great magazine.
Great magazine.
Thank you.
Great
All
magazine.
good news agencies.
It's fantastic. Club's done a very good job, except for the front cover. Last year there was a one-on-one. The last year's magazine.
Fans on one.
Whoever's the one-on-one, fans one-on-one,
Fans on-
Sloaney got the front cover.
Yeah.
I mean, this year's fans one-on-one was with the one and only, and I couldn't get the front cover.
Hang on. Let's just go back one. So, Sloaney got the front cover.
Front cover. I didn't stutter, but yeah, go on.
Hang on. Has Sloaney ever kicked 10 before?
I'm with you.
I don't think Sloaney's ever kicked 10.
Couldn't even get a gig on the front. There's about 100 blokes on there too.
Let's just tone it out. Has Sloaney ever kicked 5?
I'm not sure, Chief.
I don't think he's even kicked 5. I'm not even sure he's kicked 4.
I appreciate you going back from here.
And the Chiefs kicked 10.
Well, anyway, I was filthy.
So you should be. I thought you should. Although
The cover
They are-
is farewelling Amy Stadium.
they're interested in.
Don't worry about Amy Stadium.
Chief, they're interested
Speaking
in
of, actually,
selling
also, I'm going to go into back with my forwards coach here. Who did the
Yeah,
Mark
this is a
Bickley?
lash.
Who did the
Jack Malloy.
Jack Malloy.
Jack
At Jack
Malloy?
Malloy on Twitter.
Oh my
Rory
God.
Atkins lookalike.
He's done a collage, was it?
A montage.
Montage of
Highlights.
all the highlights at Amy Stadium.
On the front
Our
cover,
two-time premiership captain. There's only been one of them, Chief.
On the
No, this is
video,
the video,
that you guys
video.
watched.
Yeah, okay.
There's only one of them.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a highlight.
What about the 44 highlights he had? The game we played where he had 44 touches in 93 against the Dogs, I think it was.
He's had the most possessions ever in a game at Amy. He's a two-time premiership captain, the only at the club, and he couldn't get a highlight.
Bix.
Matty Yenchi even got a highlight. Yenchi!
Well, at the end of the day, they're not putting highlights and handballs in there, Chief.
They're not, but mind you, Vic did say that he did his best work at the G. He used to call the G his office. He said, "Come into my office." Actually, I stole that one off Jars the other day. And Jars used to call the square at the G his office.
Who do you think the funniest coach is? It's a hard one because whenever
Campo?
the senior coach makes a joke, like, you have to laugh because it's a senior coach.
Campo,
So, Santa, you're not funny, but everyone's laughing.
You have to
you're
laugh because the senior coach. Like, yep, that's funny, definitely. Even if it's not
who is the
funny.
funniest coach?
Well, Bix thinks he is.
Tate? Because you look at him.
Development coach Tate Kaiser. I'm not sure. Bix thinks he is.
Rob Harding's pretty funny.
Rob Harding is.
The funniest
no,
coach
the
is
funny-
Dean Bailey. What do we think of this?
The Don.
He is actually no one even comes close.
No one comes
Very
close.
dry sense of humour.
Here's one for you, fellas.
Darren's last.
Our
Darren's last.
state league side next year.
Oh, the Chiefs.
Who's your team?
Are we still the Chiefs or we?
Have we? Can we put that up on Twitter? Actually,
What's that?
the Crows Crap podcast.
Yeah.
Is like tweeting in about the old podcast.
How do we call the Chiefs?
They came up with
Rival podcast.
rival podcast. Better.
Not in direct
Anyway,
competition. Sorry.
they
The thing is, though, Chief, I'll throw this one out there. They listen to us, our podcast, but this podcast doesn't listen to their podcast.
No.
Yes, I have definitely listened to them. Anyway, they came up with a great commemorative jumper and also had the 27 up again, just behind the neckline. So, honouring the number 27, the greatest 27, not Adelaide's ever seen, probably the game's ever seen. So,
Where are we going with this, Chief?
well, I'm just saying that will be our.
What is Scott Stevens doing at the moment?
Exactly.
He's working in Perth. Saw him actually a couple of weeks ago when we were over at Perth.
Matthew Litt- he's a
no,
surgeon.
we were talking about Chief. Well, Chief is smarter than Matthew Litt.
Yeah.
Chief could be a surgeon if you wanted to, couldn't Chief?
Yep. Let's move on because we're talking about Griggy and Brownie. There's one game left.
One game left.
I mean, it's a joke that they're both not Rising Star. We've basically got half the room booked out at Crown anyway for the Rising Star. We've got that many Rising Stars this year.
Oh, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. The development program, Heath Uni, Tate Kayslers, Stewie. Geez, they're doing a good job.
Very good job, Chief.
Peter Jonas running the whole program. Geez, he's been good.
I've got one for you. I don't think we want Griggy to win the Rising Star this week. And let me tell you why.
Because he's going to win it next year.
Because he's going to win it next year.
So Brownie gets the award.
You can get it 2 years.
We have half.
You have 2 nominations across 2 years.
Brownie gets no. Brownie gets it this week.
Because he won't be eligible.
Okay.
We'll still have half of a crown. We've got that many nominations.
Still half a crown.
Ridiculous. And
He's been great, Chief.
how many we had? 12? 13?
14, I think.
14?
I think it's 14. It's officially 14. Same number as Butch McKay.
You know what I'm stoked about? The Whistler never got a nomination. That's what I'm most happy about.
Absolutely.
But anyway, the young blokes are having great years, and it's great to see.
What about the Players Association? All Australian 22 under 22. Brad Crouch, not even in the squad, not even a chance.
D'Italia.
Believe it.
No. Well, I think I know the reasoning behind this, Jock. Why
Mate, you're the representative. Give him a call.
hasn't got a gig.
Is it 22 and under?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, see.
Before we go on, just letting you know I'm 22. I haven't even turned 23 yet, Chief.
Well, let me just, the reason Brad hasn't got a gig in the side, he's actually averaging too much of the ball, Chief. Like, he's getting too much of the
Maybe you just make it all Australian. Don't have the 20 under 22 all Australian.
It's not how
All Australian.
Well, there's not exactly a play for 22 and under, is there? He's getting too much of the ball, and you kick too many goals. I think that's what it is.
I wouldn't know if you get a plaque or not, Chief. But you want to run us through what you get if you get all Australian, or?
Yeah, it's a nice little.
Oh, no one cares, mate. No one cares. No one cares.
He's averaging too much of the ball. I think that's the reason.
Okay.
And whoever has done the nomination,
Jeez, you can obviously tell the man love in the midfield.
mate,
The man love. Oh, you can tell the man love.
he's had 31 the weekend and he can't even get
Is
it.
he doing a podcast going, oh, look at Dane's stats. Look at his stats.
There's 60 people that have been nominated for it. Not quite sure if that's true, but it's close. And he can't get a gig. He's had 31 on the weekend, Chief.
He's very, very exciting.
Well, he's Jesus. He's stiffer than Stevie.
Oh.
And that's stiff.
On that note, might
On that note, we might have to wrap her up.
wind it up.
Is this the last one? No. This is the last one
hope
before
not.
the finals edition of the podcast.
I can't wait for the finals edition of the podcast, Chief, because I tell you what, all of a sudden we've come from nowhere. There is only 5 podcasts left. Plus the grand final edition, premiership commemorative podcast
At the parade.
at the parade,
Which we'll get Mark Bickley in for.
which Bix will be in, and he'll he might even host it because he's obviously a 2-time premiership winning captain. And one thing we know, Chief, when the Crows get into grand finals, they don't lose them.
Correct?
We've never lost one.
No, ever.
Ever. We've gotten a 2. I guess how many we've won? 2. We won't lose it.
Geez, you're good with maths, Pat. Anyway, we're going to have to leave it on that. So tune in. What's it going for? 20 minutes and 29 seconds of garbage.
On behalf
Oh, Jock.
of the Chief, Jock and Kat,
Jock, his phone's not even working.
We apologise for wasting 20 minutes and 40 seconds of your time.
But thanks for tuning in. And
we'll see you next week.
Good luck.
See you later.
Thanks for listening to the official podcast of the Adelaide Football Club.